Walk over to your safe. Pull out that silver stash, the 10-ounce bar you grabbed for $200, the tube of American Eagles you've been saving for retirement. Now ask yourself, how certain are you that it's genuine? The truth is, you can't be sure, and that's the danger. One of the nation's largest bullion dealers has just been exposed for unknowingly selling counterfeit silver, bars filled with tungsten, disguised so well they pass weight checks, magnet tests, even X-ray scans. If you've bought silver in the past year, there's a real chance some of it isn't what you think it is. Welcome back again. If you've lived long enough to know nothing in this world comes free, then you also know that reliable information is priceless, or in this case, worth its weight in real silver. If you value what we're about to uncover, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button like you'd seal a handshake back when trust meant something. And drop a comment. Where are you watching from? America, Europe, Asia, Africa? Because this story touches every corner of the globe. Here's what happened. On a Tuesday morning, a bullion dealer received a routine call. A client wanted to sell back 500 ounces of silver bars. Nothing unusual. The first bar tested fine. Weight, dimensions, surface purity all checked out. But when the assistant drilled into the second bar, the bit struck something unnaturally hard. The silver peeled away like paint, revealing a tungsten core. In that instant, everything changed. This wasn't a one-off mistake. It was proof that counterfeit silver had infiltrated the retail market through trusted channels. The dealer had bought from a source they believed legitimate. They resold to everyday investors, people who thought they were securing real wealth. Instead, they were handed worthless metal dressed up as silver. And these aren't the clumsy fakes of decades past. Back then, you could spot a phony coin by its weight, its dull color, its sloppy details. Today's counterfeits are engineered with precision rivaling official mints. Tungsten is the weapon of choice. It has nearly the same density as gold, and when blended with other metals, it mimics silver's weight almost perfectly. The process is chillingly sophisticated. Counterfeiters start with a genuine bar, hollow out the center, and insert a tungsten rod that fits seamlessly. They reseal the cavity with real silver, polish the surface to a shine, and etch mint marks with laser accuracy. Even seasoned experts struggle to tell the difference, and the deception goes deeper. The newest generation of fakes uses multi-layer construction, a tungsten core wrapped in copper, then nickel, then finally a thick outer shell of 999 pure silver. Each layer is designed to defeat a different test. Weigh it, the tungsten keeps the mass correct. Scratch it, the silver coating looks authentic. Run a magnet, the nickel layer throws off suspicion. This is the reality facing silver investors today. The counterfeiters aren't just keeping up, they're staying ahead. A magnet test. It reacts exactly like genuine silver, a conductivity scan. The thick outer coating registers as pure. To the average investor, these bars pass every common check. Scales, magnets, visual inspection. None of it works anymore. The counterfeiters have outpaced the tools of detection. Why now? The answer is economics. As silver climbs, so does the incentive to fake it. At $15 an ounce, the payoff was small. But near $100, the math flips. A 10-ounce tungsten-filled bar costs about $50 to produce. Sold as silver, it fetches $800. That's $750 profit per bar. Multiply across thousands, and you have a multi-million-dollar fraud industry. Market conditions amplify the problem. Demand for physical silver has surged. Dealers are desperate to keep shelves stocked. Supply chains are strained. In this environment, shops buy back more silver from the public than ever before. And here's the flaw. When someone brings in 1,000 ounces, no dealer drills every piece. They test a few from the top, maybe a few from the bottom. Counterfeiters know this. They stack genuine bars at the edges, fakes in the middle. The dealer pays for the lot, and contaminated inventory flows straight into the retail market. Ordinary investors end up holding what they believe is wealth, but isn't. This isn't about shady dealers or careless buyers. It's a structural failure. When verifying authenticity costs more than producing fakes, fraud scales. And right now, it's scaling fast. Every silver holder must ask what's really sitting in their safe. The trail leads to Shenzhen, China. From the outside, the factory looks like any modern plant. Clean, professional signage, orderly grounds. Inside, it's rows of precision machinery running non-stop. Laser engravers, hydraulic presses, chemical coating stations, quality control labs with equipment rivaling official mints. The workers aren't back alley criminals. They're trained engineers, metallurgists, technicians with advanced degrees. And what they're producing is counterfeit silver at industrial scale. Legally, they're covered. Chinese law permits replica coins and bars if sold as novelties. Listings on sites like Alibaba carry disclaimers in fine print, not real silver. But once exported, those disclaimers vanish. These factories aren't small. They have the capability to replicate every security feature of legitimate bullion. Electron microscopes study real eagles and maple leafs. Mint marks are reverse-engineered down to microscopic detail. Some plants even employ former staff from official mints, people who know the process inside out. Their laser etching reproduces intricate designs so precisely that even seasoned numismatists can't spot the difference without lab analysis. Texture, rims, radial lines, everything is copied. This level of sophistication requires millions in equipment, skilled labor, and advanced metallurgy. It's not amateur work. It's state-level manufacturing power applied to economic deception. And the question haunting investigators is simple: who's bankrolling it? Because ordinary gangs don't have the resources to build factories like these. The machinery behind these counterfeits costs more than most criminal groups could ever afford, and the expertise required points to something bigger than street-level fraud. Analysts warn this may be a form of economic warfare, flooding Western markets with fake silver to undermine confidence in the one tangible rival to fiat money. Investors lose faith, retreat back into paper assets, and the banking system regains control. Whether it's deliberate policy or opportunistic profiteering, the outcome is the same. The integrity of the precious metals market is under attack. The loophole is what makes it possible. When counterfeit silver leaves China, it's legally labeled as a novelty item. Customs officers in Los Angeles, New York, or Miami can't seize it. Shipments arrive marked replica coins or decorative metalware. Only when someone sells them as real silver does it become illegal, but by then, the bars are already in circulation. Middlemen strip the packaging, mix fakes with genuine pieces, and push them through online marketplaces. eBay, Facebook, Craigslist, these platforms have become the distribution hubs. A buyer in Texas sees shiny coins listed by a seller in Ohio, checks the reputation score, pays, and waits. The package arrives, looks perfect, weighs correctly, and goes straight into the safe. Years later, when it's time to sell, the truth surfaces. Enforcement is almost non-existent. The U.S. Secret Service was once dedicated to fighting counterfeiting, but its mission shifted to presidential protection and cybercrime. Bullion fraud fell to the bottom of the list. Reports filed with the FBI sit untouched for months or years. Local police lack jurisdiction and expertise. The result is a vacuum. Dealers caught with fakes often plead ignorance, and many genuinely were victims themselves. But without prosecutions, due diligence becomes optional. Why spend thousands on testing equipment when there are no consequences for selling counterfeits? The message from government indifference is clear. Investors are on their own. Some argue this neglect isn't accidental. For decades, officials have encouraged citizens to keep wealth in stocks, bonds, and digital assets, anything trackable inside the financial system. A strong physical silver market threatens that control. If counterfeits destroy confidence in metals, it indirectly supports the government's agenda, whether intentional or not. Meanwhile, factories in Shenzhen keep producing, shipments keep arriving, and the fakes keep spreading. In coin shops across America, the fallout is visible. A customer walks in with a 10-pound bar, expecting to cash out at a profit. The XRF machine shows 99.9% silver on the surface, but when the dealer drills deeper, gray dust spills out. The bar is fake. Retirement savings vanish in an instant. Dealers now drill test anything over 5 ounces. This reality is splitting the market in two. On one side, verified silver, bars and coins authenticated with advanced equipment commanding ever higher premiums. Some shops add a 5% verification fee and customers pay because they must. On the other side, untested silver, cheaper, riskier, sold by private individuals, estate sales, or online listings without documentation. The price gap grows wider each week. A certified American Eagle might sell for $8 over spot, while an uncertified one goes for $3. That $5 spread is the cost of trust. Fraud has reshaped the market. Verification is no longer optional. It's the new currency of confidence. The burden of certainty has shifted. Dealers now pass the cost of verification on to customers, and buyers accept it because the alternative, being scammed, is far worse. This is trust turned into a commodity. Risk is being priced into the market itself. But here's the deeper issue. The very machines dealers rely on are already being beaten. For years, the Sigma Metalytics tester was the industry standard. It works by sending electrical currents through the bar, measuring conductivity. Pure silver has a unique signature. Counterfeiters studied this and discovered a flaw. By coating a tungsten core with a thick enough layer of real silver, the machine only reads the surface. The current doesn't penetrate deep enough to detect what lies beneath. The Sigma declares it pure, even when most of the bar is worthless. Dealers are learning this the hard way. Bars pass the test, get bought, and later drill tested to reveal tungsten. Both dealer and customer lose, and trust erodes further. There is a solution, but it isn't cheap. Ultrasonic thickness gauges use sound waves instead of electricity. Sound travels differently through silver than tungsten. When the wave hits a hidden core, it bounces back, revealing the fraud. This method is non-destructive, accurate, and costs $200–500. For serious stackers holding thousands of ounces, it's becoming as essential as a safe. It's the cheapest insurance they'll ever buy. Yet most retail investors don't even know this technology exists. They still rely on scales, magnets, and reputation scores, tools that no longer protect them. The market is also shifting toward brands with built-in defenses. Sunshine Mint bars feature a decoder lens that reveals hidden images. Counterfeiters haven't cracked it yet. The Royal Canadian Mint uses radial lines and micro-engraving so precise it requires electron microscopes to replicate. Each coin carries DNA-level markings nearly impossible to forge. These products cost more, but investors pay the premium because the bar authenticates itself. Still, many learn too late. One man in Arizona discovered $30,000 of his silver stack was fake. He filed a claim with his homeowner's insurance, expecting coverage. Denied. The insurer called it a bad investment, not theft. The seller vanished. The marketplace refused responsibility, and his family's financial future collapsed. This is the nightmare that keeps silver investors awake. Not crashes, not confiscation, but the quiet horror of realizing their wealth was never real. The rare coin market has been hit even harder. Numismatic pieces worth thousands are being counterfeited with alarming precision. A fake 1893 Morgan dollar can sell for $10,000 to an unsuspecting buyer. Unless you're an expert with grading tools, rare coins are now a minefield best avoided. Ironically, the safest silver today is what used to be called junk. Pre-1964 U.S. coins, dimes, quarters, halves, circulated for decades. Their wear patterns, patina, and edge details are nearly impossible to fake. The ugly, worn coins are now premium products. What was once low-grade silver is now the most trusted. What was once considered premium bullion has become a gamble. The counterfeit crisis is forcing investors to evolve. There is no middle ground anymore. Either you verify or you risk ruin. Consider the old man who spent 40 years collecting silver. Every paycheck, he set aside $50, buying from coin shows and estate sales. He never tested a single piece. At 72, facing medical bills, he sold his collection. Out of 12 boxes, 4 were fake. 30% of his life savings gone. He walked out with $63,000 instead of the $90,000 he expected. His mistake was simple. He trusted, but never verified. The lesson is clear. Verification is survival. Test everything you own. Don't assume that because it's been in your safe for years, it's real. Counterfeits from 2020 are still circulating. Pay the $20 testing fee. It's cheaper than discovering the truth in an emergency. And if you find a fake, destroy it. Don't sell it, don't pass it on. Be the end of the line. Rationalizing a resale only makes you part of the problem. Destroy the fraud, don't recycle it. Cut the counterfeit bar in half, stamp it clearly as fake, and throw it away. That's how you stop the cycle. Third, build a relationship with one trusted dealer. Not 5, not 10, just one. Learn how they test. Watch their verification process. Ask about their supply chain. A reputable dealer will welcome those questions. A shady one will get defensive. Price matters less than trust. Paying $2 more per ounce for guaranteed authenticity is worth far more than saving a couple of dollars with no standards. Fourth, master the simple tests that catch most fakes. The ping test. Tap a real silver coin and it rings like a bell, clear and musical. Fakes thud flat. The ice test. Silver conducts heat better than any metal. Place an ice cube on a genuine bar and it melts instantly, sliding across the surface. On a fake, it just sits there. The magnet test. Silver is diamagnetic. Tilt a neodymium magnet over a real bar and it slides slowly down. Steel sticks, copper ignores it, aluminum reacts differently. These 3 tests cost nothing, require minimal gear, and eliminate the majority of low-grade counterfeits. But advanced fakes demand professional equipment. Fifth, avoid risky buying scenarios. Never trust sealed monster boxes without opening and checking the middle tubes. Scammers swap coins in the center and reseal the strap. Never buy from strangers in parking lots. Never buy silver advertised below spot. There's no free money here. Those deals are tungsten traps. And never trust estate sales or Craigslist listings just because the seller seems honest. Innocence doesn't change physics. Test everything. Sixth, be cautious with digital alternatives. Gold-backed cryptocurrencies claim vault storage, but how do you verify those bars aren't tungsten-filled? Unless you can personally audit the vault, you're relying on someone else's word. And trust is exactly what counterfeiters exploit. The rule remains: don't trust, verify. Seventh, accept the new reality. Casual silver investing is over. The days of buying from anyone, anywhere without testing are finished. The market has become sophisticated and investors must adapt. That means education, testing tools, paying premiums for verified dealers, and slowing down the buying process to add verification steps. Certainty costs more now. Pay it or risk catastrophe. Remember this. Nobody counterfeits worthless things. No one fakes pennies or toilet paper. They fake $100 bills, Rolex watches, silver, and gold. The existence of advanced counterfeits proves silver's value. Criminals wouldn't spend millions on machinery if silver were worthless. The fraud itself confirms the asset's importance. Silver is under attack. Price manipulation, supply shortages, and now counterfeits. This is economic warfare, but the metal itself remains sound. Real silver still carries its properties, still stores wealth outside the banking system. The challenge is ensuring what you own is genuine. Verify your stack, purge the fakes, build trust with reliable dealers, invest in testing equipment, learn the basics, stay vigilant. Counterfeiters want to dilute supply, destroy confidence, and push investors back into paper assets. Don't let them succeed. Real silver is still king, but only if it's real.